Welcome back, viewers. We've now been joined by Coalition of Nigerian Youth on Security and Safety Affairs Director, Ade-Mario Emmanuel. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. Great to have you.
Happy to be here again.
Same here. It's been a while.
After some months.
Yeah. Glad to have you back.
Thank you so much.
Now, it's a good time to have you back, and because there are lots of stories that have been making the rounds, especially because Nigerians are going through a lot this period. And there's a comment on the Nigerian Tribune that says cybersecurity level will add more burden on Nigerians. That's according to experts. Says FG should suspend it to save businesses from running down. Levy another subtle tax on private sector, says Nasima. Then it says put implementation on hold. That's according to CPPE. And now Serap is also giving Tinubu and CBN 48 hours to withdraw what they tagged unlawful levy. How did you see this when you heard about this levy, especially because there's been lots of taxes here and there, here and there, here and there. In fact, when it comes to the banking system, we have a lot of funds that we pay. In fact, when you make a transaction now, it follows with different other debits.
Charges, yes.
That, okay, they've taken this out, taking that out. So, and now there's also something called the cybersecurity levy when you're making deposits. Let's get your thoughts on this. Well,
the truth remains that some set of persons will just sit at the comfort of their office, bring up policies that the opinion of the citizens that they are going to enact this kind of policy on are not being taken. You see, and Nigeria is not a country that is being run by cartels. It's a country that belongs to all of us. And until this set of persons who are policies and decision makers, until they begin to understand this fact, that there is need for those whom they want to enact these policies on are properly carried along, then we'll be able to have a society and a country where people will obey decisions and laws as it ought to. Now, I want you to understand that the moment I saw this online, I was disturbed. Firstly, looking at the present predicament of Nigerians at the level of fuel scarcity and exorbitant prices here and there. I was coming back from Ondo State day before yesterday. Yeah. I bought fuel for 850 naira per liter. And in some places,
is directly from the filling station.
Directly from filling stations.
Okay.
Not along the roadside. There are some filling stations that are selling for 950, 1,000, 1,002. Black markets are selling for 2,000. Now, you are not bringing this. Automatically, you are calling for anarchy. You are calling for protest. You are calling for revolt. So, for us, we've put up a statement and we've pleaded to Mr. President that as he's arriving in the country, he should quickly address this set of persons who are in the CBN and those that are bringing such an idea and suggestion. There are thousands of ways Nigerian government can make money, not on putting burdens. If we as a country should judiciously make use of our God-given natural resources, mineral resources, I want to tell you all these taxes are not needed to run an effective government. So we are saying, and to many Nigerians that are outside there, some that have reached out to us, they are already a kind of calling on the Nigerian government to quickly address the CBN, to step it down without any further delay.
Okay, let's quickly take this comment from one of the opposition party leader, Peter Obi. He says, the introduction of yet another tax in the form of cybersecurity levy, I want to get your opinion on this, on Nigerians who are already suffering severe economic distress, is further proof that the government is more interested in milking a dying economy instead of nurturing its recovery. He went further to say this does not only amount to multiple taxation on banking transactions, which are already subject to various other taxes, including stamp duties, but negates the government's avowed commitment to reduce the number of taxes and streamline the tax system. He said the imposition of a cybersecurity levy on bank transactions is particularly sad, given that the tax is on the trading capital of businesses and not on their profits, hence will further erode whatever is left of their remaining capital after the impact of the naira devaluation and high inflation rates. It is inconceivable to expect the suffering citizens of Nigeria to separately fund all activities of the government. Policies such as these not only impoverish the citizens, but make the country's economic environment less competitive. At a time when the government should be reducing taxes to curb inflation, the government is instead introducing new taxes. And when did the office of the NSA become a revenue collecting center? And why should that purely National Security Office receive returns on a specific tax as stated in the new cybersecurity law? You know, there have been speculations around the fact that it might be a good thing, but ill-timed. And now, why should it be the Office of the National Security that will take the fund through the CBN? Every taxes and every allocation goes straight to the FAC account.
Yeah.
So why should the CBN take this on behalf of the NSA office?
You see, this is where Nigerian government has always failed in the past. When those are the aims of affairs don't carry their followers along properly, they are misinformed, they are misguided, and they work based on presumption, then automatically working to fail. Now, the office of the NSA is an office that is so critical that there are more areas he should be concerned about. The killing, the kidnapping, the unrest across the 36 states of the Federation and FCT. Just 2 days ago, you might be aware that 13 persons were kidnapped again in Buhari, yes, and 900 million is being requested
for ransom.
Now, this should be a concern. This should be the priority, not a kind of bringing more burdens on the people. And for us as persons, we've always said this, that Nigeria as a country need to start going back to grassroots to understand the pain of the people. Now, you cannot be earning about 1 million naira as salary at the end of the month while somebody is there collecting 30,000 as salary, and you are comparing yourselves together. So, as at when this same tax, when the security tax is being removed from yours and is being removed from the person collecting 30,000 as salary, you will now see the level of burden, that will now be placed on the person receiving 30,000 as salary. And at the end of the day, the children of this kind of persons end up becoming nuisance in the society that now give the country the unrest it is passing through. Like I earlier said, that it is high time whatsoever policies that will be made,
yes,
whatsoever law that will be made, should properly go through the grassroots to the apex decision-making table, whereby people's opinion, people's consent, people's idea will be sought, and they will be able to bring on board what they think and how they think it can work more better. So until we begin to go this direction, then we'll begin to get a productive policies and decisions that could a kind of pilot the country to the better ground that is expected of her.
All right, let's quickly take this call before we continue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, KAFTAN TV.
Good morning, Mr. Akim. You're welcome to the press.
Yeah, thank you, and hello to your analyst.
Thank you so much. Good
morning. Please join the conversation.
All right. Let me quickly, I have two things to say here about the cyber security charges and also about the cryptocurrency. So first and foremost, Mr. President needs to tread with carefulness. It's just like your analyst said there. Though the NSA may be trying, but force is not what will run economic of a nation. And even the issue of the currency depreciation, or whatever I want to call it, you know, yes, it is not force that will make it to be stable. What will make it more stable, it is production, exportation. Are they talking about that? They are not talking about that. Now let me talk about this cyber stuff. This cyber stuff that they are trying to bring, I bet you, this is a kind of pain that they are trying to inflict on the ordinary people. Nonetheless, that even the rich will be paying it, but the rich will always look for a way to get back their profit. Do you understand? At the end of the day, it's the poor that will suffer it more. So Mr. President needs to be very careful. If opposition, they have a very strong point to bring him down over this particular one. Then, secondly, the issue of cryptocurrency. You see, it seems like Nigeria, we always like to throw away the bathing water with baby water. Yes, thank you. You understand?
Absolutely.
They will not. Yes, they will not want to check things critically. See, let me tell you, there are a lot of youth of Nigerians that not only trading cryptocurrency, that are working. What I'm talking, I say working in different exchanges. Okay.
Yes.
So, what are they going to talk about this one? That they don't even trade the naira, but all what they do is that they provide their service. We have thousands of Nigerians that, so they want to just throw away Nigerians like that, right? And then, if they are talking about some people are trying to trade it or whatever, what they need to do is to fish out those ones that they think are culpable on that. Not throwing away everything like that. If these two policies are anti-human, anti-people, anti-youth, and
that's a peer-to-peer thing.
Must be very careful over this. They should treat with carefulness over these two issues. Because we low down, we are supporting them, doesn't mean that Nigerian youth are stupid. Before you know it, Mr. Tinubu will just check his back, nobody behind him. Over these two policies, they have to be very, very careful. I wish him the best. I wish Nigeria the great. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much for your contribution. Do you agree with him that it's like throwing the baby and the bathwater away?
No, but that is just a simple truth. That's just a simple truth. Until the right people are invited. Like I keep saying, that you cannot continue to leave the National Youth Council of Nigeria behind, Nigerian Youth Parliament behind, National Association of Nigerian Students behind, the Coalition of Nigerian Youth on Security and Safety Affairs. You left all these bodies behind, and you are making policies without consulting the groups and bodies that coordinate the larger community. You also seek their opinion. The National Youth Council of Nigeria is the apex youth body in this country. How far has the government been able to bring them together to also seek their opinion, what can be done to better the country and to better the policy? And look at how these bodies can be used to also create avenue for job opportunity and others. Just like the young man says, we should be talking about productivity. We should be talking about how to create more avenue where Nigeria will become a competitive ground, where everybody will go into industry. And before you know, the foreigners whom we are going there to serve, our people begin to come back here and serve here. Instead of me going to America and begin to wash dead bodies up and down, wash toilet up and down, I can easily do it here at my comfort zone and easily access my family at will whenever I need call for it.
All right, so let me quickly bring up and explain now that I found on the cable about this cybersecurity levy, cybercrime levy. And it says, according to the Cybercrimes Prevention Acts of 2024, the provision of that section 44 of the Principal Act was amended and nullifying the previous regulations. Now, it requires that a levy of 0.5 0.5%, which is 0.005 equivalent to 0.5% of all electronic transaction value to be made by the business specified in the second schedule of this act. In essence, it means that, as previously stated, only the decimal value of the levy of 0.005 introduced the percentage equivalent of the levy is to be paid. So, for instance, if a sender intends to send 50,000 naira to a recipient, 0.5% of the amount would amount to 250 naira. Similarly, in the vice versa of every other amount. So when it comes to those that is concerned, those that are supposed to pay this money, in the directive of the banks now and other financial institution, CBN said there are 16 exemptions to the cybersecurity levy. Okay. And this indicates that transaction outside exemption list below will be charged. That means if you don't fall into this category, you'll be charged. One is this loan disbursement and repayment. You shouldn't pay for it. Salary payment is not paying for it. Intra-account transfer within the same bank or between different banks for same customer will not be paid for it. That's if you're transacting within your account to your another account, you will not be paid for it. Intra-bank transfer between customers of the same bank will not pay for it. Interbank placements are not paying. Then banks transfer to CBN and vice versa. Inter-branch transfer within a bank, check clearing and settlement, letters of credit, bank recapitalization, related funding, only bulk movement from collection accounts in brackets. Now, savings and deposits, including transactions involving long-term investment such as treasury bills, bonds, and commercial papers. Government social welfare program transaction, e.g. pension payments. And then we have non-profit and charitable transactions, which includes donation to registered non-profit organizations or charities, educational institution transactions, which includes tuition fees and other transactions involving schools, universities, and other educational institutions. And now transaction involving banks' internal accounts such as suspense accounts, clearing accounts, profit and loss accounts, inter-branch accounts, reserve accounts, nostro and vostro accounts, escrow accounts, and finally other financial institutions' instructions to their correspondent banks will not add the exemptions to this cybersecurity levy. So
they are exempted.
Yes. So do you still think that this is ill-timed?
No. Now, the point is this. If I'm sending 50,000 to you now, sending from UBA to your first bank, am I paying 250,000? 250 naira. I'm putting it to you.
Okay.
If you are sending 50,000 to me from your own account, will the 250 naira be deducted from your account?
If you're on the exemption list, you would not.
From what you read now. From what you read now,
I am
are you on the exemption list?
The question is, if you're the statement is, if you're within, if you fall within this.
Now the point is this: how many percent are on this exemption out of the 100? How many percent? So now the point is this: that I'm running business, you are running business. You are sending 50,000 to me, and 250 naira is being deducted. It weakens your business automatically. You have to inflate your cost price, where you'll be able to get.
My question remains that I know that some persons are not within this exemption. So my question remains that
it is still a burden.
In as much as they say this is a good thing,
yes,
do you really see it as ill-timed?
It is ill-timed. It is not supposed to be now.
All right, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from KAFTAN. My name is Sunday.
All right, Mr. Sunday, please join the conversation.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you for this program.
Thank you too.
And I want to contribute that Mr. President should be very careful with IMF and World Bank.
Good.
IMF and World Bank, they don't want our industry to survive.
Simple.
Because why? If our industry strike today are working, we will not import from there. This Western country. They will never allow our industry. Every policy they are bringing is to kill all our industry so that their own will be working there. So that we will go there and bring goods to Nigeria. That's why IMF will always come with this.
into this policy. They will never tell their country they are, USA, Germany, that they should use any those harsh policy that will affect us. Mr. President should sit down and look for professionals to advise him what to do, not to just wake up say electricity now is 200 something fuel. I move first this thing. You just come with policy overnight, policy that will kill your economy. Look at our naira to dollar, for example. It's dying every day.
Absolutely. Because
of harsh policy. Mr. President should sit down. You should invite an economics to sit down. This organ in your studio, this man can part of them. You should invite people, technocrats that can tell you what to do. Not the IMF. IMF is not Nigeria. They are not the one ruling us. We know we are owing them. We pay them their money, but they must not give us something that will kill Nigeria, because unemployment is increasing every day, sir.
Absolutely.
More unemployment, more crime. If more people are jobless, crime will increase. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. This is,
no, he just hit it. That's the truth. All this policy they are bringing is to kind of draw the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu backward. In fact, for me, I see them as enemy of this government. Let
me tell you what NLC says. NLC said it's another gang up by ruling elites to continue extortion and exploitation of masses.
As simple as that. So, but that is why we are saying that as Mr. President is coming in today, this should be the first issue he should address and call these people to order. Because they want to use some of all these policies to make Nigerians see him as an enemy.
Anyway, this is not meant to kickstart immediately. There's a 2 weeks time frame.
No, there's already a decision that they should look that maybe September. They're also pushing it up to September. But we are saying that we are not even looking at it in this administration to come to reality. To reality until when our economy is stabilized, when our production is increasing, when we are having more manpowers in the industry, and whereby our industry is becoming more competitive, then you cannot begin to come with all this. And then we cannot say, okay, we are not discussing on cyber security attacks. So for now, what will the fund be used for? The same set of people will steal it at the end of the day.
Actually. All right, so let's move on to other stories on the paper this morning because of our time. So there's this story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. I'm sure you've heard the back and forth in Ondo State, and I really want to bring it to your table because I know that's more like your I don't know where to categorize you, but I know you're a full Nigerian anyway. But I know you're really interested in Ondo politics. So let's talk about what's happening with Ondo APC primaries. They said Jimoh Ibrahim wants APC barred from November poll, like completely barred from November poll, and says insists election not conducted in 15 local government areas, alleges Ododo Omagege change collation center without prior notice. Now, this statement, as against the other party, which is the PDP, they are making efforts, rallying round to be united, while APC, one of their candidates, is calling for take us completely off the ballot paper. What's your opinion on this? Well,
Jimoh Ibrahim has rights to his opinion and decisions because he was one of the contestants in the primary election. For some of us, no matter how bad the primary election is, the party remains supreme, and the party is above. The party is above any individual. So, and we are saying that Jimoh Ibrahim has the right to go to court, and but immediately leaders start calling him to order. We felt that he should be able to look up to the elders who are kind of saying, okay, you're already in the Senate, you can push on and allow your younger brother to proceed with the ticket. Yes, there are loopholes in the primary. There are loopholes. And so far so good, from 1999 to date, there have never been any perfect election, either primary or general elections. But we are always saying that INEC should kind of grow up to their responsibility, wake up to their responsibility, in terms of seeing how elections can at least, for the first time, we can have 80–90% success of either primary or general elections. And this will kind of help rebuild and redefine our democracy. And until we start looking from that direction, then we will be able to say that Nigeria democracy is a kind of growing and expanding. Truth be told, that despite the fact some of us has refused to talk, you know, we have our personal reasons why we are not talking. But I will advise Senator Jimoh Ibrahim to kind of yield to the voice of the elders and see that the party is able to kind of secure her victory in the forthcoming Ondo State governorship election. Thank you.
In as much as you're asking him to shoot his sword, the other, maybe it's answered prayer for the other political party, that because, you know, they say a house divided against itself cannot stand.
Yes, exactly.
And PDP is saying that they are coming back to reclaim their mantle. So,
and the truth is that APC must also be watchful, because the candidates that the PDP party has picked,
it's going to be a deputy versus deputy war.
And beyond that, he is very rooted in the state, and he understands. He has contested governorship before now.
So what about the power of incumbency?
Then again, the same person we are talking about was once a local government chairman, and he still has his friends across the 18 local government. So the truth remains that even some of them that are in APC at the moment, who are leaders, some of them still have there is this love, you know, because Agbola has been on ground, they have been together, they have been moving around, you know, that friendship and that bond, you know, at a point in time they have a way they can always realign back. So, but we are only telling the APC leaders to quickly understand all these lacunas and quickly put their house in order and in preparation for the general election, and to see that APC come out victorious. For some of us who are young persons within the party, we are trying our best to see that we'll be able to kind of play our role and see that the party secure our victory in the forthcoming election.
Did I hear you say some of you in the party?
Yes.
That means you're a carry member of the APC?
Yes, the truth is this, that you see, gone are the days we shy away to get involved.
I just want to be sure. That's
yes, I know you want to be sure.
Yes,
but I also want to, I want to call your attention to this. That
there's no need for you to explain.
I'm not explaining.
Let's move on to other stories on the paper.
I'm not explaining because the media space is a very sensitive place.
Mr. Ade-Mario,
we must not shy away from the politics of the country. We must get involved.
So
and as young people, we are already there.
Let's talk about the same APC in Rivers State. Now, they say proceed with Fubara's impeachment. Rivers APC tells lawmakers. And they say PDP keeps mum. Clerk to IGP acts now on Rivers crisis. Says fake lawmakers driving Nigeria to anarchy. Now, what is it about the APC lawmakers wanting to impeach the PDP governor?
The fact is this, that the Fubara won his governorship election, which is clear to everybody. And for us, we always advise and we send our opinion to the appropriate office, which is DSSS, who will now advise the president.
Okay.
Any move to impeach that governor in Rivers State might cause serious setback in the state. And our advice is that those that are having this breach of interest, the president has invited them for a meeting before now. There was a position. They had a level of agreement. So for us, we are saying that why impeaching him? Allow him to run his 4 years. And for those that resigned from the party, from PDP, and they come to APC, allow them remain. See how you can sort issues out of court. You see, until we begin to understand the place of conflict resolution, then our democracy can be more effective too. So the place of conflict resolution has not really been harnessed properly, and that is why we are having,
even with the president's intervention.
No, yes, but you cannot kind of kill a snake halfway without cutting the head. So so there were bridges that were not properly a kind of, yes, exactly. So, and I think this area should be properly looked into, and they all know what they all know what they are fighting for. So, but the fact remains that allow a sitting governor to do what he wants to do for his people. Everybody has his time.
Absolutely.
Some persons have Monday, some persons have Tuesday, while some persons have Wednesday. So whosoever that is holding the ground, allow him. So his time will always come and go.
All right, so thank you very much. Let's quickly take a few stories from what we have on social media. I wish we had so much time to, you know, dig. So there's this story of a lady that called out a school. I believe my producer will play that video right now. That called out a school for sending home her daughter that went to school at 8:30 in the morning. So let's take that video.
Good morning, guys. So I met principal today.
Young lady, can you take your
I have
off?
every right to record.
Oh,
if you touch my phone,
viewers, you can listen to her.
If you touch my phone,
look at the time our daughter is coming to
if you touch my phone,
if you touch my phone,
I can slap you, and I'm not joking. If you touch my phone, guys, I'm calling out this bloody school. This is book workshop, and these are their teachers and guys. Don't touch my phone. Do not touch my phone. I have every right to use. Oh, leave me alone. Get yourself out. I have every right to use my phone for whatever. So they just literally kicked me out of the school building, and now they're saying I cannot make a video with my phone. Oh, guy, if you touch my phone, you will not like what I'll do to you. If you touch my phone, you will not like what I'll do to you. Because all of you work here. Don't touch my phone. Do not touch my phone. Favor came to school by 8:30. Favor came to school by 8:30, and they threw her out of school. They don't know if I'm at home or not. Not for any reason, because she came late. If I was the one that drove Favor to school by 8:30, I'm definitely sure they will not throw her out of the school. If she came with the school bus, sometimes the school bus gets to school by 10. They will definitely not throw her out of the school. And I called the principal on the phone immediately Favor got home, because I was shocked. I was about leaving the house, and then she said the man started insulting me on the phone and cutting the phone off. I have to come physically, and he's doing the same thing. This school, Book Workshop College, Onilewura in Ikotu, is a bloody school. Rubbish. See all of them. Rubbish. Sense jobless people. I don't blame all of you. They are paying you 40,000 naira. You don't have sense anymore. Rubbish. You will see it online. Olori Buruku School. That's the primary over there. That's the primary school. They literally fought me. This is also their primary school. I promise you, this school, their bus comes to school by 10 in the morning. I promise you guys. The school gets here sometimes by 10. This is the primary and that is the secondary. This is the primary and this is the secondary. So I'm a bit relaxed now, and I'm home, and I'll just give full details of exactly what happened. So this.
You saw that video. So as a director, as a youth ambassador yourself, what would you make of the school's act or the parent act?
Firstly, the school, and from the voice of the woman, she said she called the principal, asking the principal, why will you send my daughter back home? And the principal bankered on her, and that actually made her to come to the school. And the principal, knowing fully well that the woman is going to come, he has already given an instruction and directive that she should not be allowed inside. Now, that is to say that administratively, the principal is not capable. He's incompetent. Inability to handle and manage issues as a leader make you incapacitated.
So what happens to the part of the woman sending her child to school at 8:30 in the morning?
Now, I want you to also understand that there are a lot of schools that school bus come to houses to pick children. Some of them get to school 9 a.m. Some of them even get to school 9:20.
But it's assumed that all the children are already in the bus. The moment they step in, they're already in the school.
Now, the question is this: that what is the difference between a girl who is already in class by 8:30 and a child whom vehicle is already bringing to school by 9 a.m.? Automatically, the person who is already in school at 8:30 is already had an advantage ahead of those that are coming by 9 a.m. But that is not the bone of contention. The bone of contention is, what is the age of this girl? Who took the girl back home? How did the girl get back home? And that was the anger of the woman. What, if anything, has happened to that girl? And in that video, I saw some women. Personally, we are still going to write to the school, because we also need the explanation. Because that girl, she's a young person.
A minor, yes, absolutely.
She's a young person, and it is our prerogative to, because such can create a stigma in her life.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's take the next story. The next story is of the deplorable state of an hostel in University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Can we take the video? You know the funniest part about this video? They said, according to the poster, this particular hostel is locked, like it's meant for, I think they said some officials. So it means that that's even the best of what they have. When it comes to our funding of educational sector, what do you make of this? Look at the state of the hostel. How are the students supposed to survive in this kind of place?
Well, this is not the first hostel that will be seen having this kind of facility. It is a general decadence within our tertiary institution.
Unfortunately, we have just 30 more seconds.
Yes, exactly. So, but the truth is this, that for some of us, we've actually raised our voice to the governor of the state to quickly look into that and see how new hostels with new facilities will be created to help the young ones to take education serious. You can't put anybody within such a facility and the person
would be interested in going to school with that kind of facility.
And that is why you see our political leaders, those big wings, they are sending their children out of the school and best schools. Just you can see my brother in Kogi, who is.
All right, so I rest my case on that. Thank you very much for your time today, Director, Coalition of Nigerian Youth on Security and Safety Affairs, CONYSSA. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.